I see so much conversation about study techniques, memorization, study schedules, but I don't see half as much on how to actually get your brain to study in the first place. But by the end of this video, you'll be in the mood to study. Trust me. But before I can do anything else, I must say something harsh. This is your life and your choice. I can sit here and spill crazy inspirational things at you, but at the end of the day, if you do not want to change, you will not change. That's going to require some kind of effort, and if you do not want to put that in, click off of this video now. It's not for you. But now, for the people that do want to change, let's get serious. How do you make yourself study? First of all, you need to ask yourself the question, why am I studying for? Who am I studying for? Why do I bother? And when I did bother, why did I in the first place? You want good grades, right? But why do you want good grades? If you don't have a reason to do something, you're probably not going to do it. For example, babies will stick their fingers into sockets because they don't know the reason why they shouldn't. You don't do that because you know the reason not to. Your actions are always dictated by a reason. Do you want it to get into your dream school? Do you want people to go, wow, how do you get grades like that? Do you want it for a job you want to get in the future? Do you want it to make your parents proud? Do you want it to make yourself proud? And so on and so forth. If you're serious about this stuff, write it down. You can use these notes later, so you can pause the video and think about it now. I want to tell you that there is no right or wrong answer. Even the whole showing off to other people thing, I don't think that that's inherently bad. Everyone wants to be liked or seen as intelligent. That's human, but you need to be truthful with yourself with this exercise. It requires some brutal honesty. Please do not lie to yourself, because I will tell you that whatever the reason is, if you don't care about that reason that much, then you're probably not going to do it. You can try and force yourself and try and do this, that, and the third, but if there isn't emotional charge behind the reason, then you're probably not going to go very far with it. What I need you to do is to really think about it, really deep it. If you don't have a reason, then it's your job to find one that you actually care about. Just to get the ball rolling, I'll give you one of my reasons. I'm black, my parents are immigrants, I'm working class, I go to a regular inner London state school, and in my area of London, not a lot of kids leaving school with straight A stars are gonna look like me. I work super hard in school, and that's part of the reason why I made this channel in the first place, because I wanted to show how you don't have to be crazy rich or go to some fancy private school to get the grades that you want, and I hope that I'm succeeding in that goal. I'm not going to go too deep into that for the sake of this video, but from what you can probably tell, that reason means a lot to me. It's kept me going when I felt defeated. Now, what's your reason? Tell me in the comments. I want to know. Now, I want to talk about motivation, right? Motivation is amazing. Your reason is going to motivate you. I hope that this video is motivating you, but you're not always going to feel 100% motivated all of the time. And in those cases, what you need is discipline, not motivation. Discipline is this idea that you're able to keep on going even if it doesn't feel great. But you might be thinking, Tara, I'm just not a disciplined person. I'm lazy. I procrastinate. I can't do this. And the brutal, honest truth is, of course you are. You've convinced yourself that you are. So why would you act any differently? I've said things like this too before to myself. You've already set up this expectation that you're not going to do anything. So why would you do anything? I want you to imagine that you're saying this to a different person. We're going to call them Alex, right? If you're constantly telling Alex that they're stupid, they're lazy, they're incapable, they can't do anything, and then in the same breath, you're going to turn around and get mad at Alex for not doing anything, like what was supposed to happen? Like what were you expecting? If you don't give Alex a chance, they're never going to be able to show you what they can do. And that's how I think about ourselves. If you've already set up this expectation that you're not going to do anything, then yeah, you're probably right. You're not going to do anything. These are limiting thoughts that have probably been going through your brain for years by now. I'm not saying you need to solve them overnight. That's unrealistic. But I am asking you to give yourself a chance. I'm asking you to be like, okay, what if I'm not lazy? And even if I think that I'm lazy, how about I just try anyway and just see what happens? Just have an open mind, okay? Over time, we can learn to work on healthier beliefs, but assuming you don't have much time, just keep an open mind. Now, let's get into why you procrastinate in the first place. We're human, and it's hardwired into our biology to avoid pain of any kind. That's why we have our fight or flight response, fight, flight, or freeze response. That helped us out a lot more when we were hunter-gatherers, right? If there's a bear right in front of you, it helps to want to avoid the bear. But we're not dealing with wild bears in front of us anymore. We are dealing with this in front of us instead. Procrastination is a stress response. Instead of fighting or flighting, we freeze. Procrastination is comfortable in the moment. You don't really have to do anything or feel any kind of pain if you've committed yourself to not doing anything. Getting out of this is simple, not necessarily easy, but simple. All you have to do is A, get real with yourself, and B, manage those stress levels. The second point about stress levels everybody talks about, but the getting real with yourself thing, I don't feel like enough people talk about. When I say managing stress levels, it's exactly how it sounds. It's the generic advice that everyone, like your teachers, will give to get enough sleep, to relax alongside studying, to give yourself rewards after studying, I don't know, meditating. These are said so often that they've almost become cliches, but cliches are cliches for a reason. These are proven methods to reduce your stress hormone, cortisol. The logic is the less stress that you'll feel, the less of a need you'll feel to procrastinate. There is a healthy amount of cortisol you need in your body, but going over that can cause the stress response of procrastinating. But then the first point about getting real with yourself, this is another brutal piece of advice that I don't feel like people talk about enough. We fool ourselves into thinking that procrastination is the painless option, but really it's just delayed pain of a different flavor, I'll say. If we don't study at all and don't get the grade that we want, that's still a painful experience. It's just one that comes in the future. In this game of exams, or even just life in general, it's pain or pain. And I need you to knowingly choose which pain that you would rather have. You can have the pain of knowing that you've procrastinated and in the end don't get the grade you want. Or you can have the pain of actually trying and getting a better result in the end. Because your teachers will always tell you there are always people crying on results day. But I'm asking you now, do you want the happy tears or the sad tears? Because the happy tears are going to take some feeling uncomfortable and some pain now. The pain of trying. And if you're looking for where to start trying, this video might help you figure that one out.